Clues in the video, including this moment. Bergdahl brought toward the helicopters by his captors. You can see a member of the American team reaching out to shake a member of the Taliban's hand before Bergdahl is turned over, then patting down Bergdahl, presumably looking for possible explosives. What else do the experts see in these new images? Well, tonight, ABC's chief global affairs correspondent Martha Raddatz taking us moment by moment through the tape.
Late afternoon, deep in a valley, Bo Bergdahl, clean-shaven, blinking and hollow-eyed, as if emerging from the dark for the first time. Taliban fighters high in the hills, able to shoot below. The white flag on a freshly cut branch, a sign for the Americans. Translating the conversation from Pashto, the language of the Taliban, a fighter says to Bergdahl, "Don't come back to Afghanistan. You will not make it out alive next time." Then surveillance aircraft appears, followed by 2 helicopters. 3 Americans emerge. Bergdahl, carrying a bag, is escorted toward them. His back quickly patted, making sure he has not been turned into a human bomb. Just before boarding, his bag is grabbed and dropped. Another pat down, then airborne to freedom. ABC News consultant and retired Marine Corps fighter pilot Steve Ganyard studied the video, seeing hidden signs so key to the operation. First, the hoods of the Taliban cars.
The hoods being up, more than likely, the U.S. said, we want you to raise the hood of your vehicle, so that's another signal that we've got the right area.
Then, that number 41 on the U.S. helicopter, likely a message back to the Taliban, the deal is on. And that handoff to the Americans.
All 3 of them are in civilian garb. So are they special forces? Are they CIA?
We see the man in the center doing the pat down, but watch how straight these men's arms stay. One even shaking hands with his left. Clearly, their arms kept straight as they conceal something up their sleeves.
They've obviously got some kind of weapon so that if they need to shoot across each other, they're ready to go in case there's an ambush.
Then there are Bergdahl's blinking eyes, the bright sun, the dust, or something else.
If you think about all the things the Taliban has done, the executions over the years that they love to film, and then you have him watching being led out to an open area with people filming him and weapons, he could just as easily be thinking at this point, I'm about to get executed on film for the Taliban.
But no one knows for sure, of course, that blinking may have been because he had spent so little time in the sun. What we do know is that once on that helicopter and realizing he was safe and with Americans, he broke down in tears. Tonight, he is still in that hospital in Germany, David, likely to be back in the U.S. next week.
All right, Martha Raddatz leading us off again tonight. Martha, thank you. And tonight, as we await any word on Bergdahl's condition in that military hospital, there are other families in America asking, what about our loved ones still missing, believed to be held by the Taliban, including this couple, an American woman there and her husband, and the most recent image of them tonight, it's believed she's given birth while being held captive. ABC's chief investigative correspondent Brian Ross here now with the faces of the missing and an urgent plea from the family of that couple tonight.
That's right, David. In fact, it was the trade for prisoners with Sergeant Bergdahl that led the parents of this young woman to go public today with the Associated Press, hoping there's a way now to get their daughter back home too. Their plight had received little attention until today, when 2 videos were made public by the family of the missing American woman, Caitlin Coleman, seen here next to her Canadian husband, Joshua Boyle.
I am prisoner of the Taliban. My husband and I here.
Coleman was pregnant when the couple went missing almost 2 years ago in Afghanistan as they hiked through a region controlled by the Taliban. In the video, which her family received last year, she talks of the child she apparently gave birth to in Taliban captivity.
I would ask that my family and my government do everything that they can to bring my husband, child, and I to safety and freedom.
We have not heard from them. We have not heard anything except for the video.
Caitlin Coleman is just one of at least 10 Americans being held hostage or captive somewhere in the world tonight, whose families are also counting on the U.S. government to act. In Pakistan, American aid worker Warren Weinstein was kidnapped by Al-Qaeda 3 years ago.
It seems that I have been totally abandoned and forgotten.
Weinstein's family told David Muir of their anguish.
I wanted to die right there on the spot because he has no idea how hard we've tried to get him back.
There are 3 Americans believed held in Iran, including CIA contractor and former FBI agent Bob Levinson, who disappeared 7 years ago.
Please help me.
For the families of all the missing Americans, including 2 journalists held hostage in Syria and Somalia, the release of Sergeant Bergdahl has raised new hopes and questions about whether the U.S. government would be prepared to trade for their freedom, too.
A lot of families waiting, Brian Ross, tonight. Thank you.